to the training. I welcome everyone. This time. So, and I sincerely apologize for the 2 days ago that we were supposed to start this training, but due to some system failure, we are unable to make it that very Saturday. And yesterday, I still was unable to fix my system, and we thank God that Mr. Daz was able to share some information with us. So, as a matter of fact, I had to format my system today. So, if not true, today will still be another issue. So, during the weekend, there was no way I was able to fix my system. So, thank God I was able to do that today. And I just tried to make sure that this training holds today. So, the fact is that I will not be sharing the video. The video will not be on, so that I will be able to share the screen of what I really want us to start our training with. We are actually supposed to start with the pivot points, and also the importance of chart patterns. So those are very key. But today I will actually want to start with talk about more about what Mr. Das has actually discussed here yesterday. So I think by tomorrow we take on the pivot points, how you can trade with the pivot points, and the important patterns that you can use. And we also combine with the lecture that we are supposed. So it means I will be taking 2 classes together, to be taking them together. So we're actually just doing this just to help traders, because forex trading is something that you need to understand before you're able to make success out of it. So in fact, forex should be treated like a business, because if you decide to invest your money in a particular business, you should be able to do some research on that business that you want to venture into. So you don't just wake up in the morning and say, okay, I want to put my money in this business. So I always advise traders, for you to start trading, try as much as possible to have a good knowledge of forex trading before you go into it. And if once you have that knowledge, believe you me, you will have a success trading forex. So as I've said earlier, today I'm not going to be on video, so that I will see how the system works, to avoid any interruption on sharing of the screen, which I have said earlier. I'm repeating this because I believe that some people are just joining. So this training will kickstart properly by just in 4 minutes or 3 minutes time. So we start the training properly. So I welcome every one of you on board. So after this training, I assure you that you'll be able to trade and without relying on anyone and make money. So that's what Grand Capital is all about. So Grand Capital is all about trying to make traders to understand how to trade and make money trading forex. So it's not just you opening an account, you just placing buy or sell. So trading is far beyond that. So we still his system is working well. This is an online team, and it has something to do with internet connection, and I just hope that everything will go well. So we have 2 minutes more before we start this training, because I believe that a lot of people are actually waiting for the actual time before they join, so that we can start. So forex trading is an easy way for you to make money. So even when you are working, forex trading is also an easy way for you to have as your second source of income. So the time is there for you to be working and also have trading, also be trading. So me, I used to work and trade before I decided to face trading because I know what I was getting out of it. So for over 6 years now, and I thank God that things have been working well. So I will just try and share ideas with other traders that just want to start trading. So Grand Capital have been so wonderful. So I've received a lot of training personally from Grand Capital. I received a lot of training personally from Mr. Das. So it's a broker that just uh, have the interest of everyone that want to trade forex at heart. So to see that we are all successful trading. So I welcome every one of you once again. So, and I believe that the system will work very well. The audio will work perfectly, and everyone will be able to hear my voice, and the screenshot will not be an issue. Now, so the training, we actually have the training plan, and every days of this training will have course outline. So unfortunately, the course outline for today, we will not be able to take it today. So as I've said earlier, the course outline today will be treated tomorrow alongside tomorrow course outline. So today I'm just trying to combine the first 2 days to see how we're able to cover them. But in doing that, I will have to do some share some screen. I'll have to share some screen so that we're able to understand what I'm actually talking about. So there are a lot of systems I'm trying to put in place for Grand Capital is trying to put in place to train traders. So this is my first time of being doing an online training. So this has not been part of me. So my training has been a class training. So please guys, just pardon me. It's a gradual process, so I know that we can improve. So we get there. So we have a lot of training plans that we have on grant for traders. So this is just the beginning. So we are just trying to use this to test this system. If this system is not okay, at least we will also try other systems just to make sure that every traders understand trading, because it's not easy. We may not be able to meet ourselves one-on-one because we live in different countries and we are coming together. Grand Capital is bringing us together to learn how forex trading is really all about. Now, the first thing I want to talk about forex is that most of us already know what forex is all about, the meaning of forex and what you do in forex. So forex is simply forex trading. Pardon me, forex is simply foreign exchange. So it's just like that, foreign exchange. So when we are now talking of forex trading, forex is foreign exchange. So what are you actually exchanging? So it has to do with the exchange of currency. So now forex has to do with exchange of currency. So one currency against another. So what are the currencies? So currencies are we have each country have their own currency. So one currency is being traded against another one is what it's all about in the forex market. So now let me break it down. Forex market. So when you are not talking about forex market, you are talking about the market that actually where currencies are being traded. And also not only currency that you trade in forex markets, you also trade stock and commodities that are traded in forex market. So what are those commodities that you can actually trade in forex market? So we have crude oil. Either you trade on Brent or crude oil. So you can trade it on forex market. You can trade gold on forex market. You can trade silver on forex market. Those are the major commodities that we trade in forex market. Others cocoa, cotton, and the rest. So you trade all these in forex market, because the prices of all those in international market in terms of real time is not fixed. So traders trying to speculate and take advantage of the changes in those prices, and those prices, the changes are all these the decimal points that bring the changes that cause trader to take advantage of those little changes in prices to make money. So as I've said earlier, we trade currency in forex market, we trade stock in forex market, and we trade commodities. So the stock that you trade in forex market is just like you as an individual investing in Google. So you can buy Google share in the stock market. You can trade Google stock in stock market. You can trade Apple and the rest. You can trade any company that is the big companies in the world. You talk of Apple, you talk of Google, you talk of Facebook, or you can trade them on forex markets. So you have a lot of instruments that you can trade in forex markets, and a lot of people, many people has been making money trading forex. Now, how do you actually trade forex? As an individual, you cannot just have a system and have a direct link to the market. So the first thing that you need to do is you must have a broker through which you will be able to be connected to the market. So you can only be connected to the market through a broker. It simply means that as an individual, you don't have the server, because the brokers provide the servers through which you will have access to forex market. So that's where brokers actually comes in, since as an individual you cannot have access to the forex market. Now, brokers are always there for you to register under them, then you open an account and do the rest and have access to the market through metaphor trading platform. Now, where do we start from? Because today I'm actually sharing to this class for new traders that are just coming in. I'll be able to discuss with you how to use trader metaphor properly, how you're able to use it properly. Because a lot of people are even trading forex, but still they don't understand the proper way to use the MT4. So I will be sharing the screen on MT4. Before that, for those who are still find difficult to open an account with a broker, because I know some of us are still maybe don't have account yet. So I'll be sharing a screen on a Grand Capital platform on how you can register using the Grand Capital account. So here we go. So here we go. So I will share a screen now. So I will share the screen for you guys to actually understand. Now here we are. This is a beautiful Grand Capital website, www.grandcapital.net. That is the official website. So www.grandcapital.net. That's the official website. So in this site now, you will see all the information you need to know about Grand Capital. Every information you need to know about Grand Capital. So this is about us as a Grand Capital as a broker. So everything that you need to know, you get it on the first page once you open Grand Capital site. So all the things that you need to know about Grand Capital are here: company, contact, liquidity provider, regulations, award, and agreement. So you find everything here. So now we scroll down. So this is a classic forex trading. We have the binary option. So Grand Capital also are trading on binary. This is an investment. This the LAMM is when you connect your account to a professional trader to copy their trade, and you have the investment portfolio. this has to do with the stock. This is where I'm actually talking about stock with Google, Facebook, Apple, and the rest. So through investment portfolio, you are able to connect with them and make a reasonable profit on a monthly basis. So these are the things, some of the information about Grand Capital page. So as I've earlier said, I'm using Grand Capital as a case study, which I believe that is a reliable broker that we should try and see how we should trade for we to have more knowledge. So this is everything that you need to know about Grand Capital. You find it on this page. Now, after you have find this, how do you now register? So you have two ways to register. Either you click on this option, or you just simply click on open an account. So you wait for the page to open. Now, once the page is open, so now what you do on this page is you must have fill your names, how it is being arranged in your identity card. That's the document that you are going to upload for your account to be verified. Take for example, my full name, my name starts with Henry. So I have to type Henry, which is my first name on my ID card. The last name on my ID card, I type this. Then I fill my phone number. So here is my country code. So I don't have to do it over again. So you choose your country code here, then you fill it. After your country code, your first number, which is most times 0 in your country number, you ignore it, and then you start with the other numbers. 5, or this is my one of my number. I'm just trying to use it as an example for you to understand. So now, if it's in South Africa, you know the first 0 must be omitted when you are filling your phone number. So now the next you fill it here. So after you fill it, so that's the next process. So I'm just trying to take this process one for the other so that we're able to understand from the scratch. So this is been for the benefit of those people that are just joining. So now you click on you're above 18, then you register. So let me see. So this saying that phone number that your phone number is already registered, blah blah blah. So let me use another phone number. So let me use, so I'm just trying to start from the beginning on how you can register an account. So once, so we have an issue here on this. Okay, let me, wow, this, okay, let me go back because I don't have this phone here now. So now after you've done that, a page will be open. A page will be open, and in that page, you simply goes to your, excuse me, excuse me. So in this page now, in the Grand Capital page, after you have filled your information, so the next page you click on open an account. So after you have opened an account, you'll be asked to verify your phone number, which I was trying to do, but unfortunately I don't have all my two number has been registered with Grand Capital. So it means that on my account is already with them with that particular number. So now after you feel, I'll still go back and try to make correction maybe tomorrow. So now let me just take you back to the chart. So now let me take you back to charting proper. So we discussed about the different types of charts which Mr. Das actually discussed yesterday. So we talk about charts today. Let me share screen on charts. Okay. So now here we are. Now we are in MetaTrader 4 charts. So in this chart, I believe that not everybody actually know how to use this chart properly. Not everyone that know how to use this chart properly. Now, when you see this chart now, what I'm actually going to discuss today is based on what Mr. Das have already discussed yesterday, just to explain in physical form the different types of charts. So we talk about the line charts, we talk about the candlestick, and we talk about the bar charts. So how do you actually get these charts on your page? So you have to right click and go to gray to make this page look neat. So this the first thing that you do. So now is here the stick. See, the features of candlestick is the top, which is the high. It has the low before you now have the open. To let me use a candle that is obvious. Okay, let me use this. So you can see this is actually a bullish candle. So the open of this price actually started from there. This is the open. So this is the high of this candle. So we have high, open, we have low, and we have the close. So this is exactly what we talk about a candlestick. So now we now talk about the line chart. So how do you get the line charts on your metaphor? So you have, those are the three symbols after auto trading. You have the three symbols where you can actually choose any of the charts that you want to use. So you may decide to use the line charts if you feel that's what's giving you the understanding of the market direction. You can choose to use the bar chart. So now here is the line chart. You see how it looks. The line chart feature is the candle, the line, the current line, which is the closing price, move to the next closing price. So you draw a line from one closing price to closing price. That's how the movement of a line chart is. So this is what we talk about line chart. Let me just remove this. You double click. You click on the moving average line, then you delete it. So I just want to make this big so that you're able to see it clearly. So here is a line chart. You can see the line chart. So some may choose to trade on line charts. So you choose the best chart you feel that you can able to understand the movement of the market. So you can see when you are looking at this line chart now, you may feel it as the best way you will be able to understand the market properly. So let me just draw a trend line here now. So you can see how you can easily get a simple understanding of the market movement when you use a trend line. So these are just the support zones. These support zones are based on the closing price, not just the candlestick. So these support are based on the closing price of this particular period. So now you have this. So this is just actually a very, very clear trade that you can make money if you understand a line chart. So you can see that the market actually break the trend line. So it now return back to test it. Now automatically here is now serving as a resistance. This place is now serving as a resistance now. So now the trade, the market return down and come back again. On this case now, like me, this today's Monday. If it's like on Tuesday, believe you me, this market will have come down to this to test this next support on the coming down, because these peers now have returned from an uptrend, trying to move back to a downtrend. To here will be the target. So this is how you use the line chart. So how about the bar chart? So this is bar chart. So this is the bar chart. You can see that the trend line I draw are almost on the same line of the support zones. Now for you that want to trade on a trend line, on a trend, this was an uptrend. You can see. So I actually made a lot of money when I spotted this uptrend. So I made a lot of money. So actually read your chart. So you either read your chart by using the bar chart, which the bar charts have the it has the open, and then it has the low. So the future of this bar chart now is that now we have some little short lines. So the one side simply simplified the opening price. Now the last one by the right simplifies. So that is how you know the bar chart. Sorry, I've given a little example of how you can draw a trend line to know what to do next. So in this situation now, you are expecting this market to actually test the trend line, or from here return back. Once it's able to return back, this is will be the next. So here will be the next. We move from this point, which was initially a resistance zone. Now the next, so we call it a resistance zone because you can't call it the concrete, because it's the resistance made with just a fixed price. So it can involve a lot of the same zone. So that is how you read charts, by using the different as I've said, we have the after the bar chart, you get the candlestick, and then you have the line chart. So all almost give us the same direction, on how you can trade. You wait for a breakout, or you either wait for a trade continuation. It's already breaking the rule of the trade of trade continuation. So you are thinking of having a down trade if possible on this Euro AUD. So that's chart. The second one we are going to treat on this chart now is how you do place a trade. Or some of us, I know a lot of people are, how do I place a trade? This is where you find your new trade, new order. So I see new order. So all you need to do, you click on the new order. Click on the new order, you see the page that opened for you. On this page, you have the symbol. So where you choose currency that you want to trade, if change the currency that is actually on the screen. So you can change it from here to the one that you want to actually trade. So after you have changed it, you see the volume. So this volume is the same with your lot size. So on phone, it may show you lot size, but the second volume, the volume at which you want to actually trade. So this is actually on one lot size on standard account? Is it one lot size or micro account? Is a question that you need to answer. So now, if it's a micro account, so setting a one lot size is not too big because 1,000 units is made up the one lot size under micro account. So if it's a standard account, you need 100,000 units of the currency to make one lot size. So it's just like you going to a supermarket where they sell egg. You know, you can't just buy one egg. You either buy a dozen, 12, 6, 20 that. So that is just a typical example of forex. So you can't buy a single currency in forex markets. So that is why you talk about the lot size. So when you are placing one under micro accounts, it simply means that you are buying 1,000 units of that currency. So if it's under standard accounts, placing one, it means that you are buying 100,000 units of that currency. And for me, it's not advisable to use one lot size on a standard account. So it's better you use it on micro accounts. But on a standard account, you have here different lot size that you can use. So you can also input the lot size yourself that you want to use. Maybe you are trading on a standard account, you can put the lot size yourself and put yourself 0.02, anyone that you want to set, it. So now if you are sending a pending order, or you want after you have entered a trade, so here are options of what you can do. From here you set your lot size. On this side you set your take profit, so you can see it. So I will also explain more on this take profit and uh, lot stop loss. Now you want to set a pending order. Which pending order are you setting? So this here will come. It means that you don't want to enter the market instantly, so you sorry for the break. A little. So let me share the screen again. Now, for the different type of order, that you can place a pending order. So we have the excuse me again. So now here is the screen again. So all the highest. Now take for example, this trade is actually like this. I believe every one of us can see this chart. Now the price is on 687 or 86. Now the first thing I want to explain now is the buy stop and says open your chart and you don't want to enter a trade instantly, you decide to place a pending order. So the pending order based on market will be going. Now let me say I want to use a sales limit. Another pending order that you place above price. Pending order you place above the current price. So what you are simply means that if the price gets to that point when the market is going up, it will return. I hope we are clear on this. So now, if a market is currently at 1.47 hours, that we use this trend to place our pending says limits above placing consists of swap. It means that you are already on sales position. So that's what you call sales limit. So you assuming that the price getting to that place, it will return down when you get to that point. So it says no price, meaning that when market got to this trend line, it will not be able to go in. So once the trade starts coming down, so coming down below the price at which you enter, because you have already entered a sales position, so you start making profit. Using this example now, you can decide to send it on this trade. And again, sales limit should not be too far, because sometimes when it's too far, you may not be able to trigger it before the market return down, if eventually do. So another thing we're going to talk is buy stop. So now the buy stop is also that you also place above the current price. Initial sales limit, you place the order above the current price, meaning that when it gets to that point, it will return down and you will start making profit. Now the buy stop is still you place your order above the current price, but what you simply means that if the market is able to get to that price, there is possibility of the market to go further high. So the more it's going up, the more you are making profit. So the example is simply that now the price is here. You believe that if it's able to break this trend line, you set your pending order above the trend line, and it means that if the price breaks the trend line and hits that your pending order, the market will start going up. And once it hits, so you already open, it means that you have already opened a buy position. Now we talk about the reverse of it, which is the buy set stop and the set buy limit. So here is the set stop. Now to set a point, you either set your set stop in a breakout point, also your buy stop. Now this has been the trend of this particular market. Side stop, I may not be on system. So those are the reasons sometimes you may use pending order, because maybe you have switched to watch another pair before the breakouts happen. So now what you need to do when you see a trade that you believe that there is possibility of a breakout, you set your pending order. So these are where you now if you want to place a pending order, a buy, you see this key is testing this, and you believe that it may likely break it, your pending order below the current price. Set pending order price. Says sell pending order is set below the current price. To set, let me give a proper example. Now, if you want to sell, place your pending order. You set your pending order below the current price. The current price. If you can see the current price, here is it. Now you want to see the market falling. So the more you fall, the more profit you make with on your trade. That's for sales stop. What about the buy limit? That's the last limit on buy the pending order order. So the buy limit also means that you are setting the price at which you want to enter buy below the current price. You are simply saying that if the market get down to this price, maybe you are talking about the market on 373. So you believe that if the market gets down to 1.6079, so there is possibility of the market to start going up. So once it gets to this point, it hits your order by limits and going on profits. And if eventually after hitting it, you start going down without going up, it means that you are running on loss. So it must return up. When it hits your pending order at this point, it must return up for you to start making profits. Now, if it hits it and still take you on loss, so that is how pending order works. But if it's a stop, a sell stop that you place here, was said that you place sell stop below the current price. So once it hits here and start coming down, you are making it. If it start not, so that is true. So all you find is a new order. Under new order or top screen of your MT4, you see your new order. So you click on it and do any types of new order you want to do on it. Now, if you let's say you place a pending order. Your pending order is buy stop. Let's start with buy stop. So after you have set your price above the current price as your pending order to enter buy trade, now the next thing that you will do is to set your take profit and your stop loss. Now you come to this place. Now your take profit, your stop loss will be below the price at which you intend to enter the market. So now, if you place your trade above the current price, it your stop loss will be below that price you sell. So let's try and do a practical here. Now you enter trade at, you want to enter trade one, your stop loss will be below this price. So you set your stop loss, maybe you put it on 20 pips, which give you uh 1.61000. So now your take profit will still be above this price that you wish to enter the trade. So you set your take profit, maybe we use 400, which is close to 20 pips. So your order is complete. Your buy stop order is complete. So now when I actually, it automatically show in that position that I'm actually placing it, where I'm actually placing it. So the buy will show, the your take profit will show, and your stop loss all will trend. That is, if price will be below the current price, as I've said. So we reduce this price at zero. Let's use this. Now the 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 okay, sorry, the take profit, what we have as our entry price, we are going to enter So why this thing is showing this is because this is a micro account. So you can see it's open when I use one. So it's open. Hey, sorry guys, the network is little still having some issue with the network. Here we come. This is the screen for uh the buy limit. So here you can see the buy limit is on. Now let's try and set sales limit now. So the our profit will be below it, and our stop loss will be above it. So here we come. So the order has been placed. So you can see, okay, you can see the two. Okay, let me remove this very one first. So now you can drag, if your order has not been placed, you can drag it. So let's drag down this very one first. So let's drag down this. So now let's explain the uh, sales limit. You see, my price at which I want to enter was actually placed above the current price. You can see. So it placed below above the current price. So if the market, if the trade, for it to trigger, the price must hit it. Then it returned that for me to make profit. Then it hits my take profit. So here's my take profit. Let me bring it down properly. So here's my take profit. Here's my stop loss. So you can see my take profit. Here I want to enter the sell. So once it move up, my buy order will automatically trigger. So if in that process the thing going up, so it means that I will lose the trade, because once it hits the stop loss, so I will be off the trade. And once it hit it and return that, it means I will make profit. So this is very perfect entry. This is a perfect entry. You can see my entry. You can see my entry. So if I'm to place trade on this, so this is a perfect example of sales limit. So here is the my stop loss. I'm believing that it's once it's able to get to this point, it means that I will close the sales order and I take my little loss. So if it's able to come down and make profit, so here will be my first take profit. Here is my first take profit, because this place was initially resistance, now it turned to support. So the market must definitely react here if eventually come down. So after here, the next likely position is here for your second take profit. So you can see it. So let's close this and move to, let me explain the, now here is the our sales limit. So the sales limit, now we are placing our sales limit below the current price. So here is our sales limit. So the price above the here is our take profit and our stop loss is below. So these are sales limit. As the price come down, it hits it, and going up means that we are making profit. So if it return that, we are making losses. So this is just the simple system of uh, using a limit order. So now close it and go to how to use the main buy stop and sell stop. So now let's choose a sell stop. So choose our price above the current price. Always remember that. So above the current price. Now we set our stop loss below the current price. And then we set our take profit above the price at which you want to enter the market. So we set it here now. So let's put our order. Here is it. Now when this price move up, let me explain it. So if this trade now eventually return up, it hits this. So it means that we are believing that it will continue going up. So we set our buy stop and our stop loss below it. So this is just a perfect example of how you set a buy stop pending order. So it's just like you using it pending order above the current price, buy stop above the current price, sales limit above the current price. So you can see how this has able to work. You can see this is a perfect buy stop pending order. So once the market return and hit it, you expect to move down up. But my take on this trade is that these trades will come down. So if you want to trade on Euro EUD, you can make your decision now based on what I've already shown you here. So this is how you actually monitor trade and make money trading Forex. So you'll be able to understand the movement of the market. So here now you can see what is bound to happen. So the trend was formed and it has been broken to form a downtrend for a shorter period. So now let's go to uh, buy stop, a sell stop. So we just through with the buy stop now. So you can see how you can drag the price, can drag it to either reduce it or to increase it, even when the price, even when the market is already moving, so to modify it. But if the market is not moving yet, you can also modify the price of your pending order you place by placing your arrow on it and drag it to the position you want it to be. So you can see. So once I release it now, you move to where I want it to be. So now you can drag the stop, the take profit. You can drag the stop loss anywhere you want it to be. So this is a perfect entry. So now if you want to place a trade, this is opportunity for you to place a trade. But today, I personally, I don't trade Mondays. So my trading start from Tuesday. So from Tuesday, if you see such a move, you should be able to know where likely the market should be heading to. Now, you still click on new order. So let's now set a set stop. So now you choose your set stop. So set stop is placed below the current price. So our set stop now, let's see where we set our set stop. So let's use 100. Here's our set stop. We talk when you set stop, your profit is below it because you were expecting the market to go down. So you can only make money if the base currency keep losing value against the quote currency. So that's your chance to make money. So it means that the market must come down after hitting your pending order for you to make money. So now when it eventually hits it, what happens? If it now goes up, you set a price at which you will take loss, just trying to minimize your loss, not allowing one single trade to take off your account. So now we want to set our sales stop pending order. Here is it. So this is also a wonderful entry pending order. So a wonderful entry pending order says stop pending order. So when the market hits this, you expect it to further come down and hit our take profit. So you see this how it works, how you set your orders. So now we are through with these 4 orders. Now, if you now want to place an instant execution, you either click on buy or sell. So I can't click on this because it's a live account and this is not my account actually. So you need to either place buy or sell. And before then, you have to make sure that you always see your volume so that you don't go and place a trade with the wrong lot size. So that you don't go and place a trade with the wrong lot size. So you must watch to know the lot size is actually if it's the one that you wish to use or not, so that you can easily change it. I repeat, if you are using a standard account, you must input your lot size yourself because the lower lot size you want to use, you cannot find it here. So you click and you take out this one, then you place your one 0.0234 like that. So that is it. You set your buy stop and your take profit, then you market execution, place your buy or your sell. This is how you trade. So and there is something we call a trailing stop. So let me use an example of this to set my trailing stop. Let me use a buy limit, this limit to set my trailing stop. So it's another order you use when trading forex. So this order actually when there is a movement, a rapid movement, and you want to keep your profit because market may within 2 minutes it can go up and instantly return that. So when you use your trailing stop, so the trailing stop will simply be moving your stop loss to cover your some part of your profit as is the market is coming down. So let's say for example now you set your pending and this market has been triggered, and once it triggered the market started moving. So your trailing stop now This is your trailing stop. So what you are simply using in trailing stop is that the this your as the market is going up, your stop loss will be moved from the original position automatically without you adjusting it. So the stop loss will automatically move based on what you set, the point that you set. So if you initially your your take profit, your stop loss is maybe 300 below your entry point. That is your stop loss. Now when you set, maybe you set 200, let me customize it. Maybe you set 200, let's say 300 points. Now in this 300 points, if the market after it has triggered your order, it move up with 300 points, this your stop loss also will move up 300 points. So if the 300 point tallies, maybe it tally with your entry point, so your stop loss will automatically move itself to that point as your entry point. So if it's still below your entry point, so what how the trailing stop work actually was that your stop loss will be moving when the market move 300 points. That is still 30 pips. So if you move 30 pips, your stop loss will move 30 points up. So if you move, maybe the market ended up moving maybe initially 900 points, which is 90 pips. So your cover 600 points of that 900 points. So it means that you are automatically on profit. So if the market maybe peradventure you now drop down to hit that 600, so it means that you actually left the market with profit. So it's you use it when market is moving up and down within maybe within 2-3 minutes, market can go up 1,000 points and come down instantly with maybe the same point. So at that moment, your trailing stop will just uh, give you all the profit that you need to make on that trade before the market return down at that moment. So that is how you use your trailing stop. So most time you can set 200 as your trailing 200 points as your trailing stop. You can use 300 as your trailing stop. So you do some practice on it, maybe with on demo, so that you can really understand how to use the trailing stop very well. So, but the disadvantage of trailing stop is that your metaphor has to be open. So trailing stop does not work when your metaphor is closed. So your metaphor has to be open for trailing stop to work. So you use it, your metaphor has to be open. Once your metaphor is closed, it means that the thing will not function again. So that is all about the uh, pending order, buy, start execution, the rest, and the rest. Then talk about is your time frame. You know, for you to actually trade forex, you must understand how to use the different time frame. You can look at these threads that actually draw that you are seeing. I didn't use a lower time frame to draw it, and checking the lower time frame, it's actually rhyme with what I was actually looking for. So now let me draw it again. I use 4 hours to draw this thread line. I use 4 hours to draw this thread line. I actually use 4 hours to draw this thread line. So now here is the thread line. So you can see it here now. So when you now go to a lower time frame, you see the picture clearly of this trend. Now on this trend, now we are assuming that if this market eventually break through this line, there is possibility of it coming down because trend has gone. So it's already trying to form either another uptrend or a downtrend. So now let me now change it. So why I don't trade Mondays and why you should still have two options on this trade. is this. Now here is a perfect I can draw. So along the line, I will teach you properly how to use a trend line, how to draw them. But just based on this thing I'm teaching, and it happened that this trend line was already there before I opened this chart. So this is just it. So this is where you look for. You are talking about a breakout, a downward breakout. That's what we should be thinking of. A downward. Now, how do you use the different time frames? So this is what the picture that the 1 hour is giving us on this here. So now this here will come the monthly time frame. So you can see where this where is it on a monthly time frame. So this is an interesting position. This is an interesting. So now if you are not following up now, I think you are losing. And if you are following up, I think you really get something from here. So now this place has given me a confidence of buying, selling possible on this AUD. So this place has given me a confidence that this spear may likely break that trend line I draw on 30 minutes, because this spear is already on its resistance zone on monthly charts. So if you turn to monthly chart, you see a resistance zone where this spear is currently is now. So now there is possibility of returning down, which we already see some sign on 30 minutes and 1 hour, even on the 4 hours as well. So this has already confirmed that we are possibility of seeing Euro AUD coming down. So this is just simple ways of doing analysis of the market. So now we go to the weekly. So on the weekly now you can see that it's already at a resistance zone, and market always respects support and resistance. There's always reaction whenever they get to that point. Those now this we have tested this resistance is the fourth time on the weekly chart. The fourth time on the weekly chart. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's there on the fourth time now. So now we now see what will happen by using our lower time frame to see what will happen. So when you go to daily, you also see the same thing. So on daily, what we can see is 3 attempts, the third attempt. So if we try to drag our this thing forward, you can see it. So this is where we are on the particular pairs. So this is how you simply analyze a trade properly before you make a decision of either to buy or to sell. So let me also show you another screen. This is another wonderful setup on the USD. This is a wonderful setup on USD. So now this setup now, I saw it, but I'm not ready to place a trade today. So I'm waiting to see what will happen tomorrow on this trade. So still, I use 4 hours to start designing this trend on this particular pair, USD, Euro USD. So now you are talking about a breakdown on this currency. So you can see the setup that guys can make money on this week. You can see how I designed this. So I designed this myself. It's not an indicator. So I just trying to fit out the market from last week, and last week I think I made money on this. So I made money on this last week. I made money on this. So this is the continuation. So that's the reason today I refuse to place a trade. We'll see what will happen if we actually break down again this current downtrend which I using as a support. So you can see how you should be able to find your trade can see it. So now we are talking about him breaking down this. So this is for this. So this is how you actually use the time frame. So you must try and find out what is happening on a longer, higher time frame, even though you want to trade with the lower time frame. So you must know what is happening, the overall trend. You get the overall trend on the higher time frame. So that will give you a confidence of that trade, if that to buy or to sell. Because a lot of people do fall victim when markets have already gotten to the highest level, then they place buy. So they end up losing their money. So this is for this. I think we have done with this today. So the next one we'll talk about is how do you set this, where you get your indicators. So you may choose to use any of the indicators there. So we have the zigzag, double click and then you click on this. So this zigzag that also show you the movement of the market. You can see the zigzag. So now this zigzag now is coming towards this place. It's coming here. So it's coming here. Sorry. So this zigzag now is coming here. So for here now, we are talking about another zigzag to form here. This is what we are talking about. So you can see it now. So just perfect analysis of trading. So you just need to be patient for your analysis to be right. Then you make your trade. So this is how we talk about. So you click. These are the indicators. So as I've said, you can see that there is no indicators on this metaphor. It's because I just formatted my system today. So all my indicators have been wiped off. So I will have to try and get the indicators back. So we have tried today. We are able to discuss on how you should place your trade, how to place trade, how to use the different time frame, and also the three types of charts we have. So these are the three types of charts. So these are the three types of charts. The next one is when you want, if you want to zoom your chart. So you want to zoom in or zoom out. You want to zoom it or you want to zoom out. So the last is where you get, maybe you want to use any of the uh, templates. So this is where you import your template. So here also the time frame also. So things that you need. So with this, the next one we talk about Fibonacci. So we are not there yet. So those are the things that we actually will go to talk about. So we talk more indicators. So for now, I'll close you guys, and I hope that the system was able to work well, despite that we still have some breakdown of network. So we only hope for improvement. Now, as you go back, I expect you to monitor Euro, AUD, and Euro USD. So I have other pairs with good setup, but you can also you are free to chat me on WhatsApp so I can discuss all those other setup with you. So we have a lot of pairs with good setup. So starting from tomorrow, we'll be able to start trading and make money on those setup with those setup. So you have a wonderful night. Thank you and God bless you.